It's according to very good sources that Harry and Meghan are very happy to do more of this. But as ever, what is this? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here. Nice to see you. Hope you're all keeping well. Now, this is going to make us all feel a little bit ancient, by the way, because can you believe it that this week, it's 39 years ago this week, that the very first Microsoft computer was sold to the public? That's right, 1,900 Great British pounds it would have cost us over here. But I didn't know this either. It makes you feel old, doesn't it, when you think about it? Because we've all got some digital advice now, haven't we? Whichever we're doing, whether you're watching this on an iPhone, a tablet, or a main computer, everybody's got something, haven't they? It's just the way we live now. Can't believe it. 39 years ago. Can you remember also that the ad for the Microsoft computer debuted that year at the Super Bowl? That's right, in a £1 million ad directed by a very celebrated director, Ridley Scott. Yes, you see, they knew how to spend money back then, didn't they? A little bit, of course, like the ex-royals known as Harry and Meghan, who seemingly adore money themselves. Let me explain. Now, this particular story, as I say, when you think about it, is an odd one because, as we saw recently with their own documentary, the Netflix documentary, they were prepared to show everything, children, their home, their love story, their backstory, all through their own narrative. As I told you at the time, though, it seemed a little bit odd in many respects because when Meghan Markle herself was interviewed by Variety magazine, she very expertly dropped in the fact that this was through the director's eyes and not necessarily the way they would have told their story. Told you this before, it's very clever. It basically says, wouldn't necessarily be my choice, but there you go. There you've gone down that route now. But what's interesting here is in order to keep their deal, and this is the problem, they have to keep coming up with more and more footage. But according to that good source, Prince Harry in particular was very happy with everything that was included in that Netflix documentary, as ever we have to say allegedly. Now, the bottom line is this, I can see from his perspective, given the fact that what he said also in interviews and the way that you see him behave on screen, obviously he believes he's got his truth out there. But at what cost? Well, seemingly not to him anything, because Netflix are still keen for more. And you can understand this because obviously it was a very successful documentary for them. They were able to get a lot of eyeballs to screen. But can you keep coming up with that sort of particular goods? Now, that's the worrying thing for Netflix, because now they need to know, apart from the Invictus Games documentary, what on earth can Harry and Meghan now come up with next? And there's the bigger problem, you see, because you can't keep delving into a family and coming up with negativities when you haven't been part of that family now for over 2 years. What can you keep dredging up? So, of course, for Harry and Meghan, they have to think of brand new ways to keep the public's appetite interested in them. But more importantly, the paymaster, Netflix, they're paying big dollar for the expertise, if you like, the window of the world of Harry and Meghan's life. And now they have to, as I say, sit down and say to them, well, this is what we plan next. What do you think? Now, this could be very, once again, detrimental towards the British monarchy. Perhaps they'll hold off and give their expert opinion on the coronation of something of that nature. But as a source who works out at Netflix told me, the company is still behind them, but of course are very cautious about how much more the public will take in negativity. And what they're looking for from Harry and Meghan is what they originally planned, which was original exclusive content. But seemingly the only content that Harry and Meghan can come up with that seemingly also gets any eyeballs to screen is bashing the British monarchy. Their last series, of which they executive produced and introduced, Live to Lead or Lead to Live or whatever, absolutely tanked for Netflix in the ratings. This is leaving a very worried executive team out at Netflix, but seemingly not Prince Harry, who says, listen, happy to reveal whatever you need. Now that's a chilling thought, is it not? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.